Hey everyone, have a here bro, video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds, well, sort of, for the LR Carnival featured Tag, Frieza, and Goku. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in. Really not much to say about this unit here. This should be a quick breakdown. First and foremost, let's look at the card arts here. It's okay, right? I would say the TUR is better than the SSR. SSR, it's Frieza sitting there, Angel Final Form Frieza. And then it goes into the tag unit here, which I think is an upgrade. It looks kind of funny to me. Not my favorite card arts out of the bunch of the 10-year anniversary here. Remember, it is a tag unit, so you do have two full-on LR card arts here in the Final Form Frieza, Angel, and then the Goku. But oh no, it's fine. I don't mind it. Let's go ahead and dive into the stats. So interestingly enough, this is on a lot of categories. I've mentioned this before on tag units here, and this is one thing that bothered me the most. They didn't make a tag unit for Evolution Vegeta, but they did it for Frieza, and I think Evolution Vegeta would have benefited a lot more than having the tag unit for here, or just have them for both, right? They're both Universal Survivor Saga, Tournament of Power, and I think they did Old Blue Eyes wrong here, and they really didn't treat this unit that good either. Now, with a tag unit, it generally has both of the characters' categories on here. That's why it's on so many categories. You know, you have Goku's family, which generally wouldn't be on here. So if you compare this to LR Friku, right, the Frieza and Goku, the original 177% lead, it has half of these, right? So probably even less than half. But it does have, you know, Goku's family on here. It has time limit. It has, of course, the leader skill is Battle of Fate. We'll talk about that in a second. It has Kamehameha on here. So usually you don't see some of these on a Frieza card, and then vice versa on a Goku unit. You're not going to see Sworn Enemies. You're not going to see Wicked Bloodline, stuff like that. So it's all combined into this mishmash of categories, which again, it's fine. Stats are strong. It's 23,000 in HP. 20,700 for attack, and then 13,800 for defense. You like to see this closer to 15. It seems like am I reading this right? Is all the anniversary units around 20,700 in attack? Seems like it. And then a really, really nice HP stat there. So that's the general stat information here. Let's look at the details of this unit. So first and foremost, let's make this bigger so you can see it. It's the leader skill. It's the 220% meta for Carnival units now. It's Ki +4 and 220% to Battle of Fate. So this is one that I did guess correctly that it could be a multitude of different options. Of course, I said Representative Universe 7. I was hoping that was going to happen. And then Battle of Fate was another one. If this unit ended up being better, I think this could be a top 5 team. But we'll look at the passive skill in a second. So super attack here greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then ultra super attack massively raises attack and greatly raises defense and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. Base effects is fine, right? Ki +7, a lot of key there. Attack and defense 200%, which is again the baseline of what you're seeing a lot of units having, that 200% baseline there. Launches additional attack, has a great chance of becoming super attack, and then receives an additional Ki +2 per rainbow keys obtained. So solid basic effects, no problem there. For 2 turns, you support. Don't know why it's 2 turns. I'll explain that also in a second here. So for 2 turns, you're able to support Representative Universe 7 or Battle of Fate, and since you're leading Battle of Fate, you're going to support all your other units there for these 2 turns for 77% attack and defense, which is really good. Again, we'll come back to the 2 turns thing in a second. When attacking, attack and defense 150%, and then for attack and defense, and then Ki +7, attack 77% when HP is 77% or less. This is a problem here. Here's the biggest issue in terms of this unit here. More or less, what we're looking now these days is minimum of 50% damage mitigation or guard and no restriction. Minimum, right? We prefer seeing guard and a little bit more of damage reduction. If you have a high damage reduction, like 50% damage reduction and guard, you are a god. You're doing great in this current meta. But when you have a HP restriction of 77% or less for you to get your 50% damage mitigation, and then you have nothing else to protect you from normal attacks. This is why this unit ended up getting its criticism, and unfortunately it's well deserved. Because what are you going to do if you're at 100% HP, you're rocking it 100%, no damage taken, and you have to be in third position, and it has like 6 normal attacks on you, you're still going to get wrecked. You're not going to take double digit because there's really not much but the 200% and the 150, and then you do have a greatly raises defense for 1 turn, but that's all she wrote. So on top of that, right, so let's finish up the rest of the passive here. When all allies attack the same turn as superclass characters, which this is an extreme class character, performs critical hit and then launches an additional super attack. And then when all allies are extreme class, it launches 2 additional super attacks. So I don't know why that when you're a super class characters on this team here, you have crit and launches, but then you lose your crit, but you do 2 super attacks. Like, I'd rather have 2 super attacks and then still do crit. I don't know. Here's where it gets kind of goofy. You're able to do the tag, the reverse exchange, on the 4th turn starting from the battle. Why the hell is this for only 2 turns before you can even go into the Goku? It's built just totally like disconnected. This would have been much better if it was just this. If they just didn't have a turn restriction. Then you can say, okay, great, this is a solid support unit as long as your HP is under 77%. But it's a restrictive support. Again, it's really high at 77%. But then you're like, okay, I can't even turn to Goku until then. And then there is this active skill that does a tremendous amount of damage. And it can be active from the 4th turn. But yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense. This is really what the biggest issue is. If literally it was just damage reduction 50% when receiving an attack, that would have been just fine enough for this to be a relatively useful unit in today's meta, right? Now, the nice thing about it is if you can get to the point where you are able to reverse exchange into the Goku, right? And here's the link skills. Here's Prodigy's most malevolent, shocking speed, over flash. Of course, all these are going to change when you go into Goku. If you're able to get there and not die from current endgame events, right, from normal attacks, at this point in time, it's not bad with Goku, all right? But you do still have some issues and some situations where you still could get this absolutely destroyed. Super attack is greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, and then greatly raises attack and massively raises defense for 1 turn, causes mild cost damage, and a great chance of stunning the enemy. This all stays the same, except for now you have guard guaranteed, where over here, like, did they just miss it? Like, did they just like forget to add it? Let me double check. I'm gonna look at another website to just make sure that I'm reading it correctly, because it just doesn't make any sense. Yep, there is no guard right here. And so again, going back to here, now you have guard, so that's nice. So again, that's like the basic that what you want. That's the lowest tier of lowest tiers of defensive mechanics currently right now. Where it used to be before, if you have guard, you're set. Now it's like, okay, we need that just to stay alive. Launches additional super attack when HP is 77% or more. Now you have to have more HP, right? So you're like, shouldn't you start here at Goku if you want to start with more HP? Like, shouldn't you have the ability to start here automatically? Like that would have been actually this. Imagine this change. If this was, you can basically tag at any point in time, starting from the first turn of the start of the battle. You can reverse exchange and then just go straight into the Goku. And then, okay, I'm just going to guard. And if my HP is under 77%, then I'm going to be Frieza or something like that, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? Don't know. When receiving an attack, attack defense 200%, defense 77% with HP is 77% or more, right? And then here's the thing. If your HP is 77% or less, you're probably going to stay with Frieza, and then you're not going to exchange. But here's where it gets, this makes it kind of solid here. For every key sphere obtained, it's also attack and defense. So this is a nuking unit as well. If you're able to just get one rainbow orb You get an additional damage reduction of 59%, and then you have guard. This is what we're talking about here, right? One rainbow with guard. Now we're talking in terms of defensive mechanics, and then you're also effective against all types. So this is very, very nice. But in reality, this should start the turn. Like, this is what it should look like in terms of Frieza. And what I'm thinking is, did they just literally like flip-flop this? Did they just mess it up so that, like, when your HP is under 77%, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, there's an active skill here, recover 77% HP, and then basically you can do that upon entering. So at least when you are able to go into this, you can then recover right away and then be able to do all this, right? So you have that recover 77% there. So at least you have that. That made it make sense, and then your link skills all totally change. It's just two different units, and this unit is so far superior than this unit here, or this kit here, that's where the frustration comes from. Like, you really have to run this unit as a floater, get to the 4th turn, change the Goku, and make sure you pick up a rainbow orb. That's it. That's all you have to do to stay alive with this unit here. But in 4 turns, you're probably dead. And guess what? If you're running a team, you have 2 of these guys. Oh, good luck. Good luck. So I wish they would have done better for Representative Universe 7 or Tournament of Power, Universal Survival Saga. They messed up on the super side for sure. Let's talk about the teams. Again, I said I was going to do some fun team builds. No, it's just going to be like 2 team builds. It's going to be what they ran here. So you're going to float this unit. You're going to hope he stays alive to then go into Goku and then capture a rainbow orb. That's pretty much how you play this team here. And the thing about Battle of Fate, though, is like Battle of Fate it would be a solid team if you flip-flop the passive skill and was able to have some sort of damage mitigation. You can still be a floater because a Beast Gohan MUI Goku at 220% is very good. A Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with the Super Saiyan 34 LR34 to support Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and you have Beerus on the side there. Very good, right? Very good. You can even have him in first position. Now you have to do this, right? Which kind of doesn't make any sense. But ultimately, this team could be a top tier team, a top 10 team, but it's not because of this guy. Now you do have an extra boost if you're like, oh, okay, I want some more defensive mechanics. Yeah, the EZA Grade 8 Vegeta that was just recently announced, he's going to be amazing. He has all what you want. He has guard, he has damage mitigation, all in one, and everybody loves him. Right now, of course, I took Beerus off because now you don't have this unit in the main rotation to have exploding rage to make sure the passive activates for Beerus. So you got to watch out for that also as well. But anyway, so this team is good if that Frieza can survive, and that's pretty much it. I didn't run any other teams because generally you're not going to run this unit on any other teams, generally speaking. So it's tough, guys. It's tough for a 10-year anniversary unit to be literally just a luxury unit. If you have them, great. If you don't, that's okay. They were better off just to have one Dokkan Fest and 1 Carnival unit than have these extra 2 Carnival units that are less to be desired, besides the leader skill, which you're not going to run the team because the unit in of itself is not generally playable very well in terms of the current meta. I don't know, boys and girls. That's my thoughts. That's probably what your guys' thoughts as well in terms of this unit here. Tell me if I missed anything, any other thoughts that you guys might have in the comment section below. But with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.